Next up at UFC Nashville, we got a couple of heavyweights. We got Kennedy Nzechukwu. I say Nzechukwu, and the community corrected me about 15 times, taking on Valter Walker. This seems to be a controversial fight. I have seen more people in the community say that Valter Walker is a lock on this card than anybody saying Kennedy's going to win. I haven't seen a single comment saying Kennedy's going to win. So while the general public seems to be on Valter, these odds aren't really indicative of that because they continue to widen.
Indicative.
Oh, I can't be an educated cowboy? I'm an Idaho cowboy. This isn't a Southern cowboy.
You said dick.
Indicative. I thought you were making fun of the larger vocabulary.
Would you rather give 1,000 hand jobs or 1 blow job?
Do I count? Because it's 1,000 and I've been there before. I hit that number a while ago. 3rd grade. I hit that number. Kennedy Nzechukwu up at heavyweight. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He's looking for the 3rd win at heavyweight. Taking on Valter Walker. 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding back-to-back heel hook wins. And the general consensus seems to be Kennedy Nzechukwu is not going to be able to get this fight not be able to keep this fight standing. And if Valter gets to the ground, he's going to have some issues. And I agree with that general sentiment. Kennedy at light heavyweight and Kennedy at heavyweight do seem to be 2 different fighters, though. At light heavyweight, the guy was tremendous. He had incredible reach, and he was a little gun-shy, didn't quite fully commit, a couple of staring contests. But at heavyweight, he's finding finishes. Granted, the matchups are a little easier, but he's not quite as low volume. He is letting his hands go a little more. And maybe he's got more energy. Maybe he's more comfortable from not cutting weight. But Kennedy Nzechukwu is still big at this weight class. He's coming off 2 knockout wins in a row at the weight class. He's taking on Valter Walker. That's Johnny Walker's brother. He's tall like Johnny at 6'6". He's much bigger than Johnny is, but he did slim down in his UFC debut. He looked like a bag of marshmallows pulled out of a microwave. Now he's sort of slim and trim. He's put on a little muscle weight, dropped some of that fat. He's looking the part. He's shooting takedowns. He's getting the fights to the ground. And now he has 2 heel hook victories in a row, which is the first time that has ever happened in the UFC. The reality is Valter Walker, despite being Brazilian by flag, is basically a Russian. He spent the majority of his life in Russia, and he fights like a Russian. He'll come forward, strike a little bit, use his takedowns to get the fights to the ground, and he's not just a lean against the cage and drag you there. He will shoot actual takedowns. I do think Valter Walker gets this to the ground. I do think he wins this fight, and I do have a money line bet on him at plus 180. Jacob, what do you think of your fellow Brazilian?
Can you explain that 3rd grade thing again? You said you gave 1,000 hand jobs in 3rd grade?
And I said, do I count? Every time you jerk off, you're giving a hand job. Hey.
Oh, God. We got how many more fights?
8.
All right, guys. Maybe Angela will add the timestamp of like when it's like just me talking so we can get some actual breakdowns or something. I don't know. I wish I could if I could clip this last 40 minutes and show it to Angelo 3 years ago. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine watching yourself right now from Angelo 3 years ago? Hello, this is Angela from We Want Picks. We give down the breakdowns. Watch a video of us 3 years ago. Watch how fucking stiff this dude was. And now he's just a flaming homosexual now. I respect what Valter has done in his last 2
I'm sorry,
fights.
hold on. Ethan says, why does Jacob act like a 17-year-old and why is Jacob way skinnier than Angela way skinnier than Jacob says? That was the number 1 question I got at UFC 317. I met 100 of you, every single person. Holy shit, you're skinny. Holy shit, you're tall. How short is Jacob? I'm sorry, continue.
I respect what Valter Walker has done. Obviously, he came in his UFC debut, and he really thought that he was going to be kind of the man, just take people down, just maul them. And he had those cardio issues. I mean, physically, he changed himself. He came into his next fight, boom, takedown, heel hook, minute, 2 minutes, whatever it was, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Next fight, boom, takedown, heel hook, minute, two minutes, whatever it was. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And now people think this guy is just a fucking world beater because he took down two guys that can't defend a takedown to save their lives, got a couple random heel hooks, and they just think that now he just mauls people for 15 minutes. He still has not answered the question of if he can do it round after round after round. So people think that he's just going to take down Kennedy and maul him and then take down Kennedy and then find a finish. Kennedy knows what he's doing in the wrestling and the grappling. Yeah, he's been taken down before, but if you watch a fight like a Devin Clark, if you watch a fight like the Jan Kutalaba, he's getting taken down. He can defend takedowns. When he's getting taken down, he knows what the fuck he's doing. He's been in the gym. He's an actual mixed martial artist. He knows how to hip escape, get to the fence, use the fence, get back to his feet, circle around, threaten his own takedowns. If you want to shoot all willy-nilly, he's long, rangy. He can tie up that neck with that guillotine, maybe even a ninja choke. This guy is an actual mixed martial artist. Now, I understand. Those were 205ers that were taking him down. Now we got this big-ass motherfucker Valter, and I assume he probably is going to get a takedown or two. But the questions have still not been answered of whether he can do that for 2 or 3 fucking rounds against an actual mixed martial artist, another big dude that's still filling out into the heavyweight division. And if all of a sudden he's getting a little bit gassed and can't fucking get a takedown, guess who is the 10 times better striker in this fight? Kennedy. So I'm going to trust the guy that I've seen withstand some takedowns and fucking clean people out of fucking 205 and heavyweight, the much better striker. I always pick the better striker in a mostly striking matchup. Valter's probably going to get a takedown too early. I don't give a fuck. Let's see if he can do that for 3 rounds because Kennedy's going to be there. He's not going to get fucking heel hooked in 2 fucking minutes. I'll take Kennedy. I have seen all the bullshit as well about Valter. Lock of the week. Oh, Valter. Ask yourself why the entire public is on Valter and he's still sitting at plus 170. The odds keep getting wider for Kennedy. Anytime there's a public dog, they get fucking smoked 100% of the time, and Valter's the biggest trap of the week.
Listen, I don't agree with I do agree with the whole public sentiment, but had those thoughts about Beneil Dariush as well after I was on.
What does he prove? He takes down Taffa, he takes down Dante Mays, and people think that this guy's just come in and smoke a guy like Kennedy?
He physically looks better.
Yeah, so but that doesn't mean fuck for shit.
It literally does. It literally does. He put in the time and the effort.
You have no idea. The guy could just be cutting out carbs and not increase his fucking cardio. You can look physically better and not have better cardio. Still fucking gas. Usually it's the fat guys that fucking are better anyway.
Thank you. We got there. Listen, $8,800 for Kennedy, not spending that. Listen, even if you're Jacob and you think Kennedy wins, $8,800 is not happening. Valter is tough. We saw him take that wild.
Oh, man, if he can't get the fucking against Lucas Bresky. Oh, my God, dude. Kennedy would light him the fuck up and knock him out. The one thing I haven't bet Kennedy because Kennedy does kind of drive me insane sometimes because he is kind of lackadaisical in there, right? Hands low, he gets a little bit cocky, all this type of stuff. But honestly, in this fight, I don't mind it. Drop your hands a little bit and fucking defend the takedown and snipe him.
Into a 48-year-old man, and it was a staring.
I don't want picks. I want Jacob to sit on my face and toot.
Oop. Volcano green, lava orange. Well, while Jacob's sitting on that guy's face and laying an egg.
Hits the ground and it's a wrap. Do you guys think that Kennedy's just fucking retarded or something? That he's never grappled a day in his life? That's what people think. I don't understand this whole thing of like Valter's like this fucking. It's fucking Atafa and Dontel Mays. What are we doing?
The skinny Tafa. Listen, Kennedy and Nzechukwu, if you're on that side, I get it. That dude has proven he's got the power. He is a monster. At heavyweight, he's gotten the finishes. While Jacob goes on and on about the bums Valter beat at heavyweight, I didn't hear him mention Chris Barnett or Lucas Bresky under Kennedy's wins. Because
Carlos Huberg.
Because before that, he lost to Carlos Huberg years ago, getting dotted up. And before that, he lost to OSP in a literal staring contest. We'll find out. My only hesitation here is the public is all over Valter. Anytime that does get very concerning, we're able to buck that trend with Beneil Dariush, but that's because Renato Moicano is an absolute moron, and he ruined that fight for himself. If you do want to check out every pick and every bet, we have bets on this fight. Check Check them all out now at WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member at the top. It's $10 for an entire month. You will unlock all of it. Not just this card, UFC 318, UFC Abu Dhabi, and the fight night after that. $20 super chat from Jared Staples. Now we have Brokeback Mountain Edge. That's not nice. That is not kind. And you know what?
Can you just, there's a lot of room behind you. Do you mind backing up and just giving your kind of your best, like Magic Mike impression with the cowboy hat? And
No.
There you go. Come on. Just feel it a little bit.
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
You bite the lip and it lets them know. It lets them know it's about to happen.